what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah?
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah? Keep listening.
Take me out to the studio. Now, that was going to be dumb, hey? We won't do that. Happy opening day and welcome into the Thursday edition of your show. I am your host, Gary, and I got to tell you, if you're a Blue Jays fan, not a good day. We got the game going live on the big screen right now, and it's looking pretty not good for your Toronto Blue Jays. If you DVR'd it, we won't spoil it for you. Although it sounds like I pretty much just did either way. Hey, talk in your mic. We got Dragon on the Wednesday, Tuesday. Talk to the mic. All right? Look at this hair, man. What a mess. I'm going for my Johnny Damon look today. Good. This show right here, still as far as we know, the only live show originating out of Saskatoon, Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m., scheduled viewing just like we grew up with. And we're so proud to be able to say that because no one else does it. And when you're doing something that no one else does, you stand out, and that's how this place has been so successful and has grown so fast and has been so amazing to be a part of. So thank you to you for that. We also have a camera here that probably brings in the most, not just views, but love and, affection and all the good things that we want to surround ourselves with. That cam is the Maggie cam. There she is. Look at that. Literally, up until about 30 seconds to go, she refused to hit her spot, and the second we started, you got in there. That's a good dog right there. The Maggie Cam for our best pals over at Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. When you make your way over to this majestic store, you walk through the doors, you're greeted by Margaret's boyfriend, Leroy, as they are Saskatoon's power puppy couple. He is also a greeting dog. That's how they met. Greeting dog business. Leroy walks up to the till. You say hi to Rochelle and or Mike. They'll guide you through your shopping experience, be it all the latest in outfits, treats, toys, anything else you can think of. The buckle-up collars with matching leashes, so much more. They got the normal food that you're used to, plus the raw food, the real food in the back fridges, and they got a cleaning station that is ready to clean up all the dirt that all of our pets are going to get into. All of that and so much more waiting for you, okay? As well, open after hours and on the weekends, thanks to Kirsten, Shar, and Chris. That is Pet Planet on 8th Street, your pet's natural grocer. It is opening day. We've dressed up. We got the set up. And we've called in one of our most favoritist people of all time, a guy I've known forever, a guy I love and admire, dare I say, one of the handsomest gentlemen I've ever met, especially when it comes to the Handsome Gentlemen's Club. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Johnny Factoid!
Hello, everybody. How's everybody out there today?
We're good, Johnny. We love you so much. You're so pretty. Live studio audience going off today. Hell yeah. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, buddy.
So happy to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
So we're not going to talk about this game too much.
No, the score kind of tells it all.
Yeah, well, again, no spoilers. We're not supposed to spoil anything. Lots of people had to work today. Although Coach Mazur did take the day off. Shout out to him. As he's like, no, I'm taking the day off for opening day, and a lot of other people have. And a lot of us are regretting it now, probably a little bit. But either way, we got the studio set up. We got my Rhinos gear on. I'm sporting my Rhinos jerseys. We also got my Manny Ramirez jersey over here with some chew stains on it. I like that.
Perfect. Gotta have the chew stain.
That's a mix between chew and pine tar right there.
Perfect.
How cool is that? And then I got this Sergeant Jeff Dixon, one of my dudes. He was a huge part of the Drew Meta Sports Show back in the day.
Yes. Well, Drew.
He went to see the Giants play in the World Series. Look at this. He brought this back. This is from the World Series. Look at that.
Look.
One of my prized possessions.
That is
Isn't that
nice.
amazing? Buster Posey. Buster Posey. So cool. Look at this.
That is a nice gift.
Yeah, from the World Series. He's incredible. So we got the set up. We're showing it all off as we are celebrating opening day. If you got a fantasy baseball team, best of luck to you this season, as fantasy sports are always good. When I tuck my hair back, that's not that bad. But we have been celebrating. We have a baseball theme going on. So when Johnny Factoid comes around, we get to talking. You may remember him from the radio days over on Rock 102. Shout out to all of our friends over there. He would come on and he'd give us a fact, a story, if you will, and the story would lead into a request. Now, around here, it's not a radio station, so it doesn't go to request, but he does have a story, and it's going to be great,
right.
and we're looking very forward to it. But before we get to anything else, we do have to get into our first previously recorded segment of the day, as we have a ritual, I guess you could say, around here on Thursdays, and here's the proof. Take it away, Dragon. Another Thursday with CTV's Matt Young has arrived.
That's
he is
right.
in the house. Can we do
That's
this?
right. Yeah.
He came dressed up.
Well, dressed up for a couple of reasons. One of them is because winter's back, unfortunately. Ugh, the snow outside. I mean, who likes that? But,
I believe we jinxed it last time.
You know what?
Because
Because we were talking about it. I actually thought it was us, because we were like, I think winter's over. We're finally through. You can put the shovels away. And of course,
said those words.
No. So you can blame us. It's our fault. All right.
We're sorry. Yep.
We're sorry. But
this will be the last one for sure.
it should be. It should be. Although, yeah. Now we're really gonna jinx it. You're give us a blizzard
I'm
on
sorry.
Easter.
That's my bad. My bad again.
It's all good. Well, it's gonna be back. And people are probably wondering why I'm wearing these rubber gloves here. And first of all, no, it's not because I'm trying to like pull an OJ. Basically, what it is we're gonna be doing some cool stuff today. You know what? Now, Gary, you said you had a controller.
Thing.
This
Yeah.
is your controller.
That controller right there does not work. It
is old.
It was picked up from I think it was Value Village or a yard sale or something, and didn't test it before.
Yeah, and it does it work at all?
A little bit.
Okay, so it works
a little bit, but like the left button on the D-pad doesn't work, and
Right.
some other stuff. It was pretty wonky.
Well, we like to talk about video games and modding video games and fixing video games and all things video games. And we like to show people a little bit how they can improve their video gaming experience.
Yes.
And so we've done a few episodes on fixing video game consoles and controllers. Well, today we're going to go a little bit deeper, because many of you probably have a regular Nintendo controller or a Super Nintendo controller.
Yep.
And you want to make it work well, but also you'll notice that some of these controllers, after a while, they actually change color.
Yep.
Right? You'll notice that they go to they're a nice sort of a gray color, sort of a pointy gray, and then they turn to that sort of that pukey yellow color, which
really
is not
gross.
very good.
Is that pizza sauce like we always say?
You know what? It's not.
And
it's
crumbs,
actually,
no?
no. What it is it's actually oxidization. It
course.
oxidizes, and it's a
Science.
chemical
Yeah,
reaction.
that makes
So
sense.
over time, in sunlight and out in the air, but there is a way to reverse that process.
Woo!
And we're gonna do it without having to spray paint your controller. So let's switch it up to the camera up
it
top,
up.
because what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you exactly how you can change and we're gonna the slogan really should be, we're gonna make your Nintendo controller gray again. That's what we're gonna do. So so what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you. So this is Gary Nichols' controller right here. Okay, and this is a gray controller, and you can see there's a
can
bit of a
see it.
difference there.
There it
right?
is.
Right. This one's more of that yellowy off gray color. This one's the nice one, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna take it, and actually over the next 2 episodes, we're gonna make it so this one looks as good as this one here. In fact, it might even look a little bit better.
This feels like an infomercial, bro.
Well, we're not. We're
there's
giving him
more.
the info. We're giving the info. So, how do we do that? Well, first of all, I took your controller apart. I pre-loosened some of these screws here. I got my little, and we're gonna take the back off here. Now, I have to say that when I don't think I had seen a controller so
than
dirty
that, yeah.
and so full of gunk like in my whole life. I literally was like, is this real?
It's
Like,
even
it was
grosser
that bad.
when you know that it's not my gunk.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's
I don't
that's
know.
the
Like, it
real
looked
gross
like it
part.
was like, I don't know if it was like cigarettes or something like that. It was, anyways, it was not good. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the backing off this controller here. You can see it, and I'll show you why I'm wearing rubber gloves in a second. You don't need rubber gloves to take the screws off. I'm just doing that right now.
It does look badass.
It totally does. The black gloves always look serious.
Yeah.
You see someone walking around with black gloves, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I mean, it's always a thing. Okay.
100%.
Okay, now, I should have this all the way off there. I think maybe I got to just loosen this screw just a little bit more.
There he is. I've never seen the inside of a Nintendo controller before. This
Okay,
is
so here's
are.
what it looks like. Okay, and now when we take this off, okay, this little thing, it just kind of pops out. It's a little circuit board. It just kind of, you don't have to do much with it, but it just, hopefully we can get it out of there, and we will be able to. There we go. It slowly just kind of comes out, and it kind of just snaps. It's not going to be a little bit tough, but there we go. That seems to be starting to come out there, and then there we go. Okay, and this is actually the circuit board where your buttons go. So you can see there's A and B, start, select, and then there's your up, down, left, right. Okay, now, and we're gonna have to clean that because this thing is dirty, really, really dirty. And we'll probably do that in the future episode. The first thing we're gonna do though is we're gonna take off your little button pads here. Okay. And these things, like, look at the gunk in here. It's bad. I mean, the camera does not do it justice, but there's like, good thing I'm wearing rubber gloves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to take the back here, okay? And I'm actually going to take the screws out. So the screws will kind of fall out of there. There we go. Some of these screws are a little bit tougher. Come on, there we go. Fall through. There we go. Okay, I think we got them all out of there. Okay. So now that we got the screws out, we'll just move those off to the side there. And what we're going to do is, and you can, by the way, this will work with any Nintendo console that is that great, like Super Nintendo, Sega Dreamcast.
It's sort of like the branding color.
Yeah. Your Game Boy, for example, like it would work on that, right? Yeah. Okay. So what we're going to do is to take this and make it gray again. We're going to put a chemical on it. Ooh. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to actually let it sit out in the sunshine.
Okay.
For about an afternoon. And it's actually the rays of the sun combined with the chemical that we put on it are actually going to turn it gray again.
Science, man.
Yes. So, and what product do we use? Well, we use something, you can buy it. Now you can get this at like a beauty salon place or any place like that. Okay. It's usually used for like dyeing hair. Okay. It has peroxide in it.
Oh,
that's which is why you wear the rubber gloves. Okay. Yeah. 40 level 40 is going to be the highest you're going to be able to get usually without having to actually have an account with them. Okay. People buy this stuff for all kinds of different things, but it works for this. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it, and I'm going to grab, I think I've said this in a previous episode, a toothbrush, an old toothbrush, preferably one you don't ever want to use again.
Absolutely.
And what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and we're going to, and I kind of, well, I don't know if I should shake it a little bit. I probably should have just been sitting there. Okay, so we'll take this, and what we're going to do is we're going to put some of it into this little bowl here, and I hope that the camera can pick it up. There you go.
Oh, yeah, there it is. We got her.
Okay. All right. And I mean, you don't need a ton. I probably put way too much in there, but that's okay. I got a brand new bottle here, so that's all right.
Yeah. Good for the video too.
So, and what we're gonna do is we'll put this cap back on here, and there we go. Now, what we're gonna do is the reason why this product works so well is it's kind of like a paste. It's a little like peanut butter, so it will actually stay on the controller really well. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this, and I mean, you can stir it around and that sort of thing, right? And all we're gonna do is we're just going to slowly put it on the back here.
You're just painting it.
Yeah, and that's really all you're doing, right? Okay. And you don't there's no real such thing as like too much. You don't want to waste it. I mean, you don't want to be getting all sticky and dirty, right?
But you want to cover it.
But you want to cover it nice with a nice, semi-thick layer of this stuff, okay? And you want to cover the whole controller, okay? The whole back of it. Yeah. All right. Okay. And you can see how you do that. And what we'll do is we'll put this there. Okay. And I kind of, you want to move it all around. Okay. And the whole goal is because what you're going to do is this chemical here, the peroxide, right? Okay. What it will do, let's get this all on here, and we'll try and get it on the sides as well. Okay. There we go. All right. We'll put this on there like that. Okay. Now, what will happen is when you put this outside in the sun, okay, and you want to sit it out there for I mean, the warmer the day, the better, right?
Yeah.
Typically, you want it to really just be above 0 if you can. I mean, the warmer the day, if you do it in July, it'll do it really quickly.
Absolutely.
But what you want to do is you want to put it outside, and you're going to sit it out in the sun on a warm day. I'm hoping now we planned this, and then the snowstorm hit.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping by Tuesday or Wednesday of next week when we come back on, it'll be nice and warm, and I'll put it out in the sun that afternoon. Just leave it there, and what will happen is the sun rays will slowly start to, with this chemical on it, turn this to more of a gray color again.
So cool.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what you'll do is, and what I'm gonna do is after today, I'm gonna go and we're gonna put it on, put it on the sunshine, and then when we come back next week, we'll wash it all off, and you will see that your controller will be nice and gray.
That's so
Okay.
cool.
So that's that. Okay.
Love
So
it.
that's what we're going to do. So we're going to come back for that. Now, we're not quite done yet
Not
because we're going to look at this, and I figured out why you were pointing to the D-pad, right?
Yes.
That you said wasn't working. I think the if you were to press right, it was
One of them, yeah.
It wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Well, I found out why, because when I took this apart, okay, what you can see is that
Whoa.
there's 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 little black pads here, but
that
this
last
fourth
one-
one, this black one, is actually fallen right off. Okay,
It's not
and
good.
that's why that wasn't working. So what you're gonna have to do is you're actually gonna have to take this cannot be repaired. You're gonna have to replace this.
Ooh.
Now the nice thing is that you can take a different controller and replace it. Okay, so that's what
yeah.
you can do. And if you have a different controller where something else doesn't work, you can replace that. But that's what you're gonna have to do with that. Okay. So, and we're gonna do that. I'm gonna, because I have another one at home, and we're gonna take it. We're gonna replace it. These don't look too bad. This is your A and B button, because what these do is these little pads here. Okay, they're just made of rubber. They just sit over top of the buttons themselves, and when you press down, it hits the circuit board and causes
That's
a
how it
reaction.
reads, yeah.
Right. That's how it works. Okay. So part of the problem is that they either break down like this one, or they just become so dirty. Okay,
Yeah,
and when they
builds
come,
up.
they don't connect well. So that's when you take your trusty isopropyl, and you're going to want to clean this up really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're going to do. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of some of this, and the camera doesn't really show. I'll try and hold it up there maybe a little bit more. It's a little
There
tough
you go.
to
You can see pretty good there.
but yeah, you know, there's like a whole bunch of like gunk and stuff like
yeah,
that.
it's gross.
Right. Yeah. And that you want to get rid of because it's going to make your buttons go down better and it's going to just feel a lot snappier when you
Yeah.
press those buttons. So
And
that's
the
the next thing.
contact will be
The contact will be
good,
much
yeah.
better, right? Okay. So we're going to clean all this up too. And then this is your start and select button, right? Right here. And again, it's just a rubber pad, but and I don't know how close I can get this one to the camera, but you'll see
Yeah, there's
there's
gunk.
just there's a whole pile of gunk that gets on there. And then this circuit board right here, we're going to take some isopropyl, okay, and we're going to clean that.
Love it.
Okay.
Absolutely
So,
love
and once that's all done, once we replace this is the big piece. We have to replace that one. Once we replace that, we get this all cleaned up, right? And we let this sit out in the sun for pretty much the day, right? We're going to come back next week. We're going to put it all together, and you're going to have a controller that is going to be nice and hopefully work perfectly good again. All right. Now, this is good to do because, number one, if you ever sell your controllers, people actually pay extra money for a controller that's gray rather than one that's yellow.
Yeah.
Because the one that's usually the one that yellows up, the actual plastic will become brittle and it can crack,
so
right?
it's in
And
bad
actually,
shape.
that happened on this controller. I actually had to glue some pieces back. I had to glue.
It's coming
Yeah, I actually used where these screws go in here and here. I actually had to glue those back down because they had actually snapped. That's how bad this was. We're really doing a reno job.
This is crazy, yeah.
This is a fixer-upper if there ever was one. So, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna take this. And what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take this home. I'm gonna put it out in the sunlight, and you can leave it out there for, I mean, as long as you want. The warmer the day, the better. But the longer you leave it out there, the more gray it's going to turn, and then you'll want to use rubber gloves, obviously, and that's why I have the rubber gloves on. And then when we take it off, you're going to see that it's going to look a whole lot more like this. It's going to look a whole lot more gray.
Amazing.
And then it'll look beautiful. And you'll have, hopefully, kind of a nice, not brand new, but a much better condition working controller again. And you'll be able to use that. So that's what we're going to do. So again, these are things that you can find these. By the way, this product right here, it didn't cost me much. Now, again, you can use it on consoles, right? You can use it on,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and
It's one of those like
Yeah.
secrets, hey? That's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
secret
It's sort of
right
like
there.
this little,
Salon care.
who knows
everything.
about, but video gamers and guys who work with electronics, I've seen guys do it on like old Apple computers.
Oh, yeah,
You know,
those
the
things
old
are-
Apple
yeah.
computers, they're gray,
go-
but then they start to yellow. We
like
can do it
really
on your
yellow.
Game Boy, actually. And what we'll do is it'll make it look nice and gray again. Everything will be good. So stay next week for that. So we've sort of prepped it up here. We've prepped it up here. And then next week, we'll show you the finished product. And again, it's just this, a toothbrush, a bowl to put the mixture in, and you're ready to rock.
Dude,
and there you go.
this
And
is
the
why-
finished product's going to look great.
This is what I'm talking about. This
There.
is what the people want right here.
Well,
this is stuff that you can actually use if you're a gamer in any way.
That's right. That's right. And by the way, it's not that hard to do. Just remember to use rubber gloves.
Very good.
But it's easy to do, and you will find that you'll restore the value in your video games, and you'll restore the value in your controllers, and they'll last a lot longer because the material itself will be a lot stronger. So this is exciting. I'm going to do this, and we're going to do this not just with controllers. We'll actually bring in a console and do it. I think one of these days too. You see those Super
Very
Nintendos
exciting.
online.
Yeah.
They're cheap because they've yellowed up. Well, there's a way to turn those gray, and we're going to show you how to do that there. But next week with your controller, hopefully we'll get everything, and maybe we can plug it in and play a little game while we're doing it. Yeah.
So this is like the video game chop shop.
That's
here.
right.
I
That's
love it.
exactly. Everything goes as we go. Yeah.
Sports, our
Yeah.
Huskies.
Okay, so Huskies came away with the bronze medal in men's hockey at Nationals, which is still pretty good.
Good.
I mean, you get down to the final 8 teams in any tournament, and it's only one win and you move on, a loss and you're
Yeah,
gone.
it's
So
a tough
So
journey.
though it's not a best of 3 series
Yeah.
like the conference finals were. But congratulations to them. They'll get a bronze medal. First time since I think 2016, 2017 that they got a bronze medal. So good for them. Saskatoon Blades starting the playoffs.
Woo!
Starting the
Is that
playoffs
tomorrow night or
tomorrow
tonight?
night.
Oh, tomorrow, okay.
They're taking on the. You know what? Now you got me thinking. Is it tonight or is it tomorrow night?
You got me thinking too.
Now, hold on. We're gonna check. At the Gary Nichols Show, we always get it right. That's the thing. You remember what was that old commercial for Radio Shack? You got questions, we got answers. Okay, so we got the answers. So Saskatoon. I'm just gonna. I want to make sure I get it right. Saskatoon Blades schedule and hold on. I just gotta. Okay, and I think I'm pretty sure it's tomorrow.
So am
night.
I. That's what I was thinking.
I was pretty sure it's tomorrow night. Yeah, it starts on.
There you go.
Starts on Friday. Yes, game 1 is on Friday. So Saskatoon Blades play Friday against the Calgary Hitmen. It's in Calgary. It'll be a tough series. I think they can do it. Probably take them 6-7 games to do it, but they will.
They get hot in the playoffs.
They do, and they've got a good coach. They've got a good core group of guys. If they don't win it all this year, they haven't entirely crushed it to the point where they're going to go like 5 years missing the playoffs. You know, you had to kind of go through they say your lumps when you're rebuilding. Well,
Growing pains. Yeah.
they'll be okay.
Yep.
And then the Saskatchewan Rush,
Ooh,
a potential home playoff game on the line. They're playing this weekend. This is
Big
a
time.
huge game coming up. I think it's against the Colorado Mammoth. And so Saskatchewan Rush, they're looking really good. I mean, they're going to finish probably top 2, top 3, top 4 in the league.
Yeah, they're crushing it.
And then if they get to host the playoff game, that's going to be really fun. So Saskatchewan Rush are crushing it. The Saskatoon Blades are in the playoffs. The Huskies men's hockey team, they took home a bronze medal. I think we talked about the women's basketball
we did.
team
That was a goldie.
winning a title.
Yeah,
so
title
that was
time.
great. So some Saskatoon sports teams doing awesome. Nice thing is my schedule is starting to level off a little bit because
Some breathing room again. Yeah.
as things wind down, it's sort of in the springtime, I get a little breathing room from calling Husky games and all
All
that
the
sort of
other
thing,
things.
and Hilltops. But a lot of sports teams are doing good. It's great.
You a baseball fan at all?
Yes.
Opening day. Happy opening
yes,
day to you.
very happy opening
It's
day to
happening.
everybody. To all those that called in sick, I would have given you the day off.
Coach Mazer called in sick on me today. He's like, sorry, bro. He's like, sorry, I'm taking the day off.
There
It's
you
opening day.
go.
We're
Look
doing
at
it.
that.
By the time this runs, the Jays game will probably be pretty much over, which sort of sucks. But go Jays, go.
Do you remember when they won the World Series?
Oh, yeah, back to back, baby.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember
That's
sitting.
what got me into baseball.
That's what got a lot of people into baseball. And of course, few people remember that the Jays won in 92, they won in 93, and Montreal absolutely would have won in
Thank you for
1994.
saying it.
It was 100% a deadlock cinch, but then they had the strike and the World Series is canceled.
Are you like me, where the league would rather go on strike than have the World Series banner fly north of the border for a third straight year?
Can you imagine? So let's say it didn't. Let's say there's no strike. Montreal wins.
Easily.
So come 1995 comes along.
what?
An American team hasn't won the World Series since 1991. You would have been able to say that. Which
and
would,
not only that,
yeah.
let me pitch this out there.
There
to
you
to
go.
Use a baseball term.
Yeah.
The Expos would still be around if they won a World
Oh,
Series.
100%. The Expos would still be around.
They didn't just steal a title; they stole a franchise.
They
I'm still
stole a
upset about it.
franchise, and I hope they get their team back one day. That would be nice. We need another Canadian. We need that rivalry there. Same thing with basketball.
Oh, yeah.
Vancouver,
Oh, I
get the
love the
Grizzlies
Grizzlies.
back.
Big country Brian
and they had the
Reeves.
nicest jerseys.
So good.
I think that they had the nicest
Yeah,
jerseys.
I'm with
So
you, man. They
we'll
were
see.
incredible jerseys.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. But local sports team. Never better time to be a sports fan right here at Saskatoon.
It's my guy, CTV's Matt
Yes.
Young, every Thursday hanging
got
out,
her.
doing games, doing sports, and all the other cool stuff that we love to do. Brother, thank you so much.
For sure.
Really appreciate all this.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see how it turns out next week.
Yes. We'll finish her off next week, and we'll be back next Thursday.
Oh, those thumbs up are so good. Another Thursday with CTV's Matt Young. We're still going. Here we
Still
go.
going.
Here we go. Bring it on back now. There he is. Great job, Dragoon. Once again, big thank you to CTV's Matt Young. My God, I love that guy. This is the Thursday edition of your show. My name is Gary, hanging out with Johnny Factoid. Rock 102 legend is what I like to call you.
Legend.
We had a good
I
run
don't
next
know
to
about that.
Next to Katie and me. Johnny Factoid
I
was
guess
the
we had a
second
good
most
run.
thing we did.
Hey?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have you being a part of this now. As we continue, I do want to say you'll see on the back screen here right away as well as on the bottom. Oh, new episode Shrek out right now. It's blowing up. Like the kids say, it's totally got the virals
The virus.
all over the place. I wanted to tell you real quick about my friend, Mobly Urente. Spring into your dream home. As spring is here, and so is your chance to find that perfect home. With mortgage rates coming down, now is the ideal time to buy Mobly Urente. With TMG, the mortgage group works with multiple lenders to find the best mortgage for you, saving you time, money, and stress. All right, whether you're self-employed, a first-time buyer, or have credit challenges, he's always there to help with 24/7 personalized support. And the best part? Wait for it. His services are completely free.
Ooh.
Free. Everyone loves free. Plus, he'll continue to assist you long-term with refinancing, renewals, and mortgage strategies. That is Mobly Urente. Mortgages made simple. Text him or give him a call at 306-370-5804. Live reads. They're so fun.
Live.
A great way to tell people
Never
about you,
mess
what you're
those up.
doing.
Hey?
Oh, boy. Man, oh, man. And when you do mess them up,
Yep.
people tell you real quick.
Oh, yeah, they'll let you know.
That's
I'm sure,
right.
Huh?
If you would like a live read, if you want to take your business to the next level, if you want to have your voice heard, we are the voice of this city. I'm telling you. As we continue to grow, we bring more people in, and more people are watching, more people are listening, more people are paying attention to us here. We can help you, I promise. Send us an email, just like that. You heard the new theme song yet?
No?
Okay, here we go. We finally got this theme song together. Just send us an email to contact@dufferinav.com. That is the email. This is the theme song.
Ooh, I
Little
like
jingle.
it. I
Little jingle to
like
work
it.
on, and then I'm going to send this
over
here. You
Remember,
ready?
I was bad at this one.
Yeah,
Here we go.
okay, so it's going to go this way.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. On three. 1, 2, 3. Get out of here, man. That's pretty good. Pretty good. It's in a bad spot. It covers the up.
Yeah.
We also got a website you can check out. Royal Anders made this. Dufferinav.com. It's just like the email minus the contact and the @ symbol. Perfectly sized Dufferin Ave Media Network street sign on the end of that.
Beautiful.
Very well done. I'm going to
Beautiful.
try to send this one too. Ready for it?
Beautiful.
I'm gonna give it a little flick. Little flick. You can pull it over there.
I'll pull. I'll grab the Dufferin, okay?
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Stealing
I
that
love
street
it.
sign, buddy.
I love playing with graphics. Woo! All right. Johnny Factoid is in the house. That means we are about to get smarter. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Johnny Factoid.
All right, Gary. Well, today got one about the song. It involves the song "We Are the World." You remember that banger from the mid '80s?
We are
we
the
were
world.
what 3 years old, I think, when that came out, something
Yep.
like that. Well, anyway, nothing but legend, right?
Of course.
I mean, a who's who of
Remember the videos?
everybody's in there. Well, do you know who's not, or who's in there that may surprise you?
There's got to be a bunch probably because they're like
Well.
looking back at that video, they got one of
Oh,
those high rise
there's-
risers, and it's got everyone in
There's everybody.
Yeah.
Paul Simon, Bob Dylan, Michael like
All the
I mean
greats.
Smokey Robinson, Ray Charles. The list goes on and on. It's a who's who of,
All the big names
legends,
of the
living
time.
legends.
Yep.
And there's one guy in there
Uh-oh.
that you'd be surprised.
I'm very excited for this.
Our Canada's own Mr. Ghostbuster, Mr.
What?
Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, Dan
Come
Aykroyd
on.
was in it.
What's his name in Ghostbusters? What's Dan Aykroyd's name in Ghostbusters? Into the mic. Oh, he doesn't even know. Never mind. You better be talking to that mic. Talking to the mic. Mic up. So embarrassing.
Yep.
His favorite one is Winston.
Ah, yes,
I know that.
yes,
so he
yes.
would never forget Winston. Peter
Yes.
Venkman. Winston.
Winston, Eon, Ray.
Ray.
Yeah.
Ray Stantz.
Ray.
There you go.
What's Bill Murray?
He's Peter Venkman. isn't
Peter
Peter
Bay. Yeah,
Ian
yeah.
Spengler. Yeah, it's Ray Stantz. It's
He was the
Ray
shrink,
Stantz.
right? Remember the doctor or whatever?
he? Yeah. So,
So-
you're telling me Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. So the way he got in this, he was in LA that day or days before the shooting. He was in LA because he's getting famous at that time, right? SNL. He's doing Ghostbusters. He's getting, some big movies. So he went looking for some financial agent. So he goes in his office looking for an agent because he's getting a bunch of money coming in. Ends up meeting this talent agent. Chatting with him, and the guy's like, yeah, he knew who he was. He's like, oh, Dan Aykroyd, right? Pleased to meet you, right on, big fan, kind of, He's like, hey, I got this thing tonight, or, I got a bunch of clients that are in it. I can't really tell you any more about it because
Super
it's kind of
secret.
hush-hush, right? It was going to be after the Grammys they were getting together or something. So anyway, Dan ends up going to it with them. And it just so happens that when they came in, Quincy Jones was producing it, and Waylon Jennings was there. And he ended up walking off because it was taking way too long to
Yeah.
get everybody set up. It was like midnight when they started
You
or
don't
something.
make Waylon.
And yeah, exactly. So Waylon got sick of
Yeah.
it. He's like, well, I'm not
Yeah.
a pop star. I'm a country boy. I'm out of here.
We're
So
country, bitch. I'm out.
yeah, he ended up leaving. So then all of a sudden, Dan's standing there, and Quincy Jones is basically like, hey, you want to be in this video? We need a spot. Like, you're not getting a solo, but,
Did
you're a
they-
blues brother,
I was going to say, he has
you know,
chops,
he
right?
has some chops, right?
Yeah.
So they end up putting Dan Aykroyd in it, and it's funny because I was actually reading the letter of who's all in it,
Yeah, like the
We Are the
official
World
lineup.
poster,
Yeah.
and I think it's in alphabetical order because Dan Aykroyd was the first name on it, and I couldn't believe it. I'm like.
I would never, ever
No,
think
he's
of him
back
being there.
row,
Yeah.
the very back.
So you
But
can't see him?
he's in there. But it's like
Oh,
there he is right there. Yeah, yeah.
Well
No, we
done,
got him.
Megan.
Yeah. No, he's
Well
just kind of,
done.
looking all Canadian and nerdy, I guess. I don't know. Good old daddy boy.
Looking out at
Looking young, though, too. Hey?
That's
No,
okay.
look-
You're a member of this family. I love when you participate.
Yeah, so kind of by
Oh, that's
fluke,
good.
but, hey,
Dude,
ends up being in, one of the biggest things in
Do you-
music history.
literally, do you think that I guess he was already big. Who didn't really
Yeah, he
Didn't
was
need a push,
somebody.
yeah,
People in the
okay.
room obviously
Look at him,
knew him.
look
I mean,
at
he's a
him.
Ghostbuster, man.
What kind of
you know?
headsets do you think those are?
Sorny.
Because they
Probably
make your ears sore.
Eh?
Actually, those ones were comfy, hey, with the foamies.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
The old 70s headphone style ones.
Dude.
Beautiful.
I had no idea, Johnny.
Yeah.
This is why we bring Johnny Factoid around, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
good.
My
Danny
guy
Aykroyd.
right there.
You know another thing about Danny Aykroyd? It was
Lay it on me.
on Tuesday, I believe it's Tuesday, 30 years ago, the Tragically Hip played on SNL.
And he introduced
And he not only introduced him, he was the one who told him, Lauren, I'm not doing the show. I'm not coming back to host unless
you
you
bring me."
get the Tragically Hip.
Isn't that
Because he's
something?
good buddies with Gord at the time. Like
course.
they knew him, and he was like, these
Yeah.
guys are awesome. You gotta have them on your show.
And then, instead of blowing up in the United States, they blow up in Canada.
Yeah.
which is weird, hey?
Yeah.
You get your big break, and all it does is make you more
famous
popular in your home country.
Yep. But hey, it's surprising the States loved them too. I mean,
Yeah.
they really
Well, of
did
course.
get popular all around the world.
Yeah,
But,
but that was always one of the big things about the hip. It's like they're Canada's band. We
Yeah.
don't want the U.S. to have the hip.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
claimed them as their own,
Mhm.
which is
which
very interesting. Dan Aykroyd,
Danny Aykroyd.
well
Yeah.
done. This is why I love your factoids, bro.
Hey, buddy.
So much learning. I'm gonna use that one.
Pleasure to share the knowledge.
He's so smart. That's why he's our guy. This is the Thursday edition of your show. Happy opening day to you. I don't want to use too many baseball analogies today, but I will use this one. The Blue Jays, again, if you're PVRing, DVRing, recording the game, this is a little spoiler alert. A little bit of a strikeout today. They got started like the Rhinos get started. As we flex this. My Jesse Litch jersey right here, number 51. Shout out to one of the best fat guy pitchers out there back in the day. You remember
Nice.
Jesse Litch at all? He played with like 2 years.
I don't know if
Most
I remember
people don't
Jesse. I
remember.
think I know everybody else on the team.
was
Well,
a-
90% of them
He
for
was
sure.
he was a hot prospect. He came in, had a big gut, and
Yeah,
he threw.
big
I
heater.
fell in love with him. I love the big guys. I
Nice.
love big pitchers when they get out there. It's fun. So, anyway, opening day. Again, best of luck to everybody in their fantasy baseball leagues. It's so hard to have this game on right now and not be able to just rage. I just want to rage right now, but we're not gonna. We're gonna cool things down. We do have another previously recorded segment for you to enjoy. And you okay? Okay, I thought I heard a dragon
Yeah.
scramble. A dragon
Yeah.
scramble. As we
He
have a
deleted
very-
it.
Yeah, my bad. We had a very good talk with an old friend here who has been here before. And I won't spoil any more of it. Dragon, let's go ahead and get into that next one, baby. We have another edition, thanks to our friends over at 3 Hall and Bloom Entertainment, and another edition of Bringing Music Back to Broadway is sort of the theme that we use. Nat Jones in the house, back at it, brother. Good to see you.
Glad to be back. Thank you.
We got Thursday, April 3rd.
Yes.
You are playing with the good stuff.
Yeah, it's a really tight band. These are seasoned musicians. These are guys I've been playing with for a while. I'm telling you, some of the best musicians in Saskatoon. Everett Van Olst is my lead guitar player. Plays lead, plays mandolin as well. My bass player is Jonathan Moore Wright, who rocks the Fender bass, and he also does backup vocals for us.
Nice.
And then on percussion is Brent Burlingham, and Brent is just a solid tempo kind of guy who carries it well. So and we've been playing together for a while, so it's tight, which is nice to have tight stuff,
Yeah, well, of course. Well, and like you say, a lot of times when you bring in a bunch of really good musicians, it doesn't sometimes it doesn't click right away.
Yeah.
And I totally get that because everyone sort of does their own thing and they do it in different ways. So you got to get those reps in to bring it all together.
Right.
So you guys have sort of tightened her all up and you're ready to get out there and crush it again.
Yeah. They're a stout group of guys, and we mesh well together. Blah blah blah. And it turns out really good. And we're doing some stuff that we've never done before as a band.
I like that.
I think I picked up like 14 new songs for this one gig. So a bunch of new stuff. I mean,
crazy.
they're not all new songs. Don't get me wrong. It's not like brand new
Yeah,
material, but it's new
different.
for us. We've
Exactly.
just different, and different is nice because I hate to keep doing the stale stuff. You know what I mean? Because if musicians had their way, they'd still be playing stuff they were playing 30 years ago, and it was old 30 years ago. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So no, we're doing stuff that's actually on the radio right now. A couple tunes that are current, and which makes it relevant to a larger audience.
Absolutely. And not only that, just the fact that you're trying something different.
Yeah.
Like too many people, and every single time I sit down with bands for our friends at 3 Hall and Bloom Entertainment, the same thing always comes up about how you do not want to put yourself in a box. Do not limit yourself from growing.
Yeah.
And you guys are all over that.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Yeah, we like the variety of stuff is all over the place. I mean, we're doing some a couple blues standards. I think they're blues standards. We're doing it was actually a T-Bone Walker song from the 40s, but it's been remade a gazillion times. Stormy Monday, right? Everybody's heard of Stormy Monday. It's one of the best blues progressions I think ever written. Period. And
Stands the test of time.
yeah, exactly. And so
totally.
we're doing our take on that,
Yeah.
which is really pretty cool. We're doing some stuff where Everett plays slide guitar. So we're doing
hearing-
Eric Clapton's version of "Before You Accuse Me," which is an old Bo Diddley song. right? These are old songs, but
Yeah.
you bring them up and they're current when you make them something current. So these
That's
are
right.
we've never done these. You know, these are all things we haven't done as a band before. So it's kind of cool. Pull it up.
Are you excited for that, or is it a little scary? Do you
Oh,
even
no,
get
no, no.
scared still? No, this is
Not
just
scared.
like
No.
just
We
walk in the
don't.
park.
It's kind of interesting. At this point, I don't get scared. I just get excited.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the pocket.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
where you want to be,
Yeah, yeah.
man. Oof.
Yeah.
See, I try to compare it to whenever I go live on this show, and still, like I think I'm so comfortable and I'm so good, but still, once I look up and I see the intros done and I know we're going live, I still get that little,
No, yeah.
you know, and I just like I've only been doing this for about a year now, but I've done radio for like 25 years,
Right.
and I've gone in front of crowds, and every single time, be it 10 people or I think we did something like 10,000 at the Sastel Center.
Wow.
And it was the exact same nerves and all that
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
And that's
Oh,
why I
yeah.
realized, you know, I'll never ever overcome that, and that's okay because you learn how to cope with it.
Sure.
But boy, oh boy, it'd be nice to just not have to deal with that.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of funny when you're playing a gig, you're on stage, but after second or third song, you're settling into your groove, and the nerves are entirely gone if there are any. You're pretty much in your groove at that point. And you're just you kind of making it happen in your own way. I think because there's a little bit of adrenaline being on stage.
For sure.
I think it ups your game.
Yeah.
You know,
Most people.
Yeah. Well, and it
Everyone's
probably
different,
should. And it
yeah.
probably should. Well, it can be pressure too, but at the same time, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He's got some reps under him.
Yeah. I've been doing this for a while. And in fact, I'll tell everybody, I started playing music in a band live when I was 12 years of age. So I've been doing this a
Amazing.
hot minute, as they say.
Yes.
And at this point, it's fun.
That's it.
It's exciting, but it's fun. Yeah.
And that's what you want, man. Tell me about the opening band. You got something real special going on here.
Oh yeah, opening act is as a pianist,
act.
singer, and pianist. His name is Davis Uzdebski. Davis is I got blown away by this. When he told me this, he taught himself how to play piano. YouTube is phenomenal, folks. I'm just throwing that out there. YouTube is phenomenal. He taught himself how to play piano, and not only can he play, he can play. I mean, play.
And sing.
And sing, yeah, and he's got a nice voice, Davis, and he's doing his own versions of a couple of songs. He's doing like an Olivia Rodrigo's tune, "Driver's
Nice.
License."
Yeah.
And honestly, I was not a huge fan of that song until it was.
But when it's done here.
kind of it's a nice song. Don't get me wrong,
It
but
wasn't made for us.
It's kind of sappy.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, from my perspective,
Yeah. 100%. I'm with you.
and then he also does a James Blunt tune.
Oh, jeez.
And James Blunt is a nice songwriter. He writes pretty music, but his voice kind of sounds like a munchkin to me. But Davis's voice does the song justice, and it's
Takes it to the
really
level.
his version of this is just spot on. So anyway, he's doing Lumineers tunes. He's doing a whole bunch of nice songs. You'll see if you come out, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Davis. And he does some traditional kind of things, like he's doing Piano Man by Billy Joel. He puts the harmonica
yes,
on, and
Piano
he
Man.
slays Piano Man. I mean,
Come
from
on.
start to finish, he absolutely slays it. And he does Elton John amazingly well. And so anyway, you'll see.
I can say this. I went to the Fireside Singers this past December, and they did Piano Man.
Mhm.
And my God, seeing it live, like
Yeah.
you can listen to it a million times, but seeing people perform it live, because it's so much more than just the song.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like it's stage presence. Like
Oh, yeah.
when Fireside did it, they were acting out stuff, and they had the actual Piano Man and interaction. They switched the words around. Like it's such a great, I guess, platform for you to take the song and really make it your own.
Well, I guarantee the whole bar will be singing.
awesome.
The whole
Oh,
bar will be
I love
singing
it.
on that. So
I hear piano, I hear slide guitar, I hear so many things that we don't get enough of anymore.
yeah.
Bringing it back, man.
Yeah, we're doing it, and about 2/3 of the set is acoustic, and then we're going to switch off to electrics after that, and turn it up a little bit, not a lot, but there's some songs that just don't do as well on acoustic as they
Yeah,
do electric. So
of
we're
course.
gonna switch it up a little bit, but the volume's going to be normal. The room up there is awesome.
Yeah, the
sound
Bloom
system
Loft.
is
Ooh.
spot on.
Yeah.
Spot on. It's present. It's not too loud. You can hear everything well. You can hear everything well in that room. So Corey and Saul did a nice job getting that thing set up and EQ'd.
Very proud of those boys.
It turned out really good.
Hell yeah.
Turned out good.
Thursday, April 3rd. Check it out.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Music starts at 7. Doors open at 6.
Be there, support local music, and again, you're gonna get something different here. And this is one of those moments where if you're saying, I don't know if I really want to go out or not, this is one of those times where it is worthwhile. Well, it's always worthwhile with our friends with Bloom Entertainment, but this one specifically, as in, you will get something different. It's not every day you get to see these instruments be displayed and performed on in front of people.
Yeah,
Very pumped for it.
by some good musicians.
There you go.
And the vocals, like I said, I carry all the lead vocals on this, but we do a whole variety of things. We're doing Teddy Swims, we're doing Radiohead, we're doing some things from the 90s as well as current things. So we're doing a brand new song by Morgan Wallen.
Oh, geez, that's a big
brand
name.
new tune by him. I'm reaching back into the 90s. I'm doing a Tal Bachman tune. So we're just a whole variety of stuff.
What's the Tal? Is Tal Bachman? She's so high.
She's so high. Yeah, and we do it in the
me.
original key, and the notes fit. Trust me, the notes fit. So.
Dude, I trust you on everything. When it comes to music, you can learn real quick if you meet Nat that there's a lot of musical knowledge in you. Like you say, from 12 years old performing.
Yes.
That's the type of performance you're going to get. So Thursday, check it out, April 3rd, Nat Jones and the Good Stuff.
Yes, sir.
gonna be
It's not only
fantastic.
who we are, it's what we play.
I love it so much. Dude, so good to see you again. Thank you so much.
All right, man.
You stay out of trouble, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Will do. Thanks.
There you go. Nat Jones in the house. I love that dude. Such a great guy. As we continue here on the Thursday edition of your show, the only show going live Monday to Friday, 4 to 5 p.m., and always so proud and grateful to be able to say that, because when you're doing stuff differently, people notice. We got Johnny Factoid in the house right over here. Right over here. Right over there. Yeah.
Hello again.
See, we got Dragon on the ones and twos today. I know he's doing 8 things at once.
He's
So
a
I
busy
try
guy.
really hard not to chirp him when he misses these cues because he's doing so many things. So I just try to nudge it gently, like over here.
Yeah.
This Factoid in the house.
Get on it.
We were talking a lot of things. March Madness.
Yes.
Sweet 16
Yeah.
gets going here right away, actually. You were talking about brackets.
Yes. I
And
never
how-
filled one out, but maybe next year.
Well, there is that Warren Buffett.
Yes.
What's that challenge out every year? You get a perfect
$1 billion.
bracket.
It's
It's a lot of cake,
a lot of money.
but it's very hard to do.
Yes.
That's
I don't
the
think
problem.
anyone's ever done it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Maybe one day. Maybe
What if
one
you didn't
day.
pay out? You imagine? Somebody did it, and then
Dude,
he's
it's
like,
like that Pepsi
no, I'm not going to
points.
pay. Yeah, I want
for
my
the
jet.
plane. Yeah.
I want my jet.
Same
It doesn't
thing.
say I can't get a
Don't- it's-
jet.
And that goes back to Stampy from The Simpsons. I want my elephant. Yeah.
Perfect. Oh,
Fun stuff. So you got BYU versus Alabama. Maryland versus Florida. Go Gators, by the way. We're cheering for the Gators
Gators.
around here. Our team Sterno in the Fat Tito draft, we got the Florida Gators.
perfect.
So, of course, well, there's my crutch. I haven't used that one in so long. Oh, we need a crutch meter. Maryland. I put the Gary curse on them.
Oh, yeah.
Put,
You bet
I
on
like
'em?
$20 on Maryland.
Oh,
yeah, so
perfect.
that'll
Well,
be good.
they'll be
So
out.
they will. Well, that's the hope. The hope is Florida wins because we need them. Then you got Arizona, Duke. Man, not too many upsets this year. Arkansas, Texas Tech, and then tomorrow, Ole Miss, Michigan State, Kentucky, Tennessee, Michigan. I love the Wolverines.
Who's the favorite? Who's number one?
So
in
you got
which-
4-1 still around, which
Yeah,
is pretty
yeah.
cool. You
Yeah, I
got
guess
Duke's a
each
1,
conference.
Florida's a 1, Auburn's a 1, and Houston's a 1.
Oh, yeah.
So to all the people with brackets still alive out there, best of luck to you as the madness will
4
continue.
number ones.
Sweet
Wow,
16.
usually somebody's
At
at
least
least,
one's gone.
one's gone at least.
Well, Florida should have lost. Like they had a really close call there against UConn. UConn's won the last 2 national titles, so they were the defending champs. And Florida just squeaked by. It was a hell of a game. So that's what's going on there. Hockey playoffs
You want
coming
to
up
talk
soon.
playoffs?
Eh? I just hope we win the damn game. I miss doing that. Anytime I talk about any playoffs on the radio, I always
Classic
had that ready to go.
soundbite. You gotta have it,
more
eh?
of playoffs.
Yeah.
So good. We were just having a little conversation about your favorite team, L'Habitant.
That's right, buddy.
You think
Red,
they got a
white,
chance?
bleu.
You think they're going to be squeaking in?
I hope they squeak in. That's
They're-
for
they're
sure.
a
Hopefully, it's a
fun young
run
team.
like 4 years ago, like we were talking, man. The miracle.
Unbelievable.
So
eh?
close yet
Man,
so
Carey
far.
Price.
I
I
know.
miss watching that.
I
dude.
know. Look what it did to him, though. That broke him.
Yeah.
It really
Well,
did.
You know, when you look at what happened during that run, he literally, if you
Oh.
want to put into a visualization, you could say you have a normal sized donkey and then throw a building on top
Yeah,
of the donkey.
exactly.
And say, donkey, carry this to that. top."
Yes. Yes.
That's what happened. And he almost got it.
And he almost
He
did
almost
it in like the biggest hockey market. Well,
Like you say,
know,
it cost him. It did.
everybody's on. Yeah, he put the pressure on himself.
Yeah.
and
And things
I
happen.
mean,
Yeah.
he did good up till the one
Yeah.
game, and then they just blew out of the water. But
That's
yeah, hopefully this year they can
And-
squeak in, and at least maybe they'll be Toronto and them in the first round again. Wouldn't that be something?
You know, the one common ground that Habs fans and Bruins fans can find is a hatred for the Leafs.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and I got to give a shout out to my Uncle Kev. Uncle Kev, best unkie in the business. He's a Leafs fan.
Oh, yeah.
Last year, I sent him a text in Game 7 with Bruins and the Leafs, and I said, dude, first time I'm cheering against the Bruins just for you because you're my favorite uncle. I love you so much, and you deserve a win.
You just want to see. I know. I feel
they
bad.
still
That's
lost.
like
Come
Broncos
on.
dad, like diehard Toronto fan, and every year I got to make that call and chirp him in the garage, like, sorry, Paul.
Yeah,
You know,
Paul's
and then
the
I give him
best.
a hug
I
because it's
love
like
Paul.
just
Shout out to
know,
Paul and Bronco.
you
Love
know,
those guys.
like
yeah, it's tough. Tough to be a Leafs fan.
I did. Hardest.
When's the last
team.
time? 67?
67. Yeah.
Bill Barelko disappeared.
Yeah.
Last
there
goal
you
he
go.
ever scored
Hip
won the
song.
Leafs the cup.
That's right.
67 or 69.
I think that was the
something
year
like that.
Paul was born. He said too, so that's like extra special. You know, he's like,
Beautiful
I gotta
thing.
win. I gotta
Yeah.
win, just for him. But well, maybe this is the year.
Man, you never know. If you listen, we have Sportsnet on right now, and they got a hockey show going. And boy, oh boy, if you watch any sports show that originates out of Toronto,
Yeah, it's always
it's not a national network, it's a
No,
Toronto network,
Toronto.
and that's fine.
Center of the universe.
But when you're out here saying they're this elite team and they're so good and they're gonna, this is the year. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
you watch them play. It's like, are you sure?
Wow, they're good until the postseason,
That's
and
it.
then everybody disappears.
It's funny how that works, eh?
Marner's nowhere to be found half the time.
Mhm.
Who's
Very-
it? Who shows up? Who's the Swedish boy there?
Oh yeah, he's really good. Nylander.
Nylander.
Willie Nylander?
Willie always shows up in the
So
playoffs.
fun
He's
to
like
watch.
their best player every year in the playoffs. He always does good. I mean,
Yeah.
Tavares, he'll put a few in.
Man,
but
you know what?
It
He
seems like
he's a point a game guy this year. He has
Yeah.
like 65 points in 65 games.
nice.
They stripped him
good
from
for
the
him.
captaincy, and he's has a bounce back season.
Well,
Makes you
Right.
think about the pressures that come with captain. of the
Wow, yes, and that market too. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
Biggest hockey market in the world,
game.
probably, right?
Stress. That's why.
Yeah.
That's I genuinely believe this. The reason Florida has thrived is because you got none of that garbage.
Yeah, you got nobody.
You got nobody.
there's no
flagging it down everywhere
pressure.
you go. There's no pressure on
Yeah.
your shoulders, and when you can just go out and play hockey, like
Yeah,
there's a
wow,
lot to be said,
especially
as you can see.
yeah, especially Toronto. You go out after a game, if you win, you're a hero. If you lose,
You're getting kicked out of the bar
you're
if you
getting
lose.
booed. Yeah, it'd be tough.
No way
It
to
would be
live.
tough.
No way to live. The Oilers down
Yes.
Leo and Connor right now.
Yeah.
Apparently, Leo's coming back this week. And what do you think of the Oilers' chances to
Well-
at least get back to the final?
It'd be they have a chance. They always do.
As long as you got Connor.
If they got the goaltending again like last
that's the
year,
other
I
thing.
mean,
We don't. Hey, we don't get political here. We know politics. We have two rules that have kept this place so amazing to be around. One's no dicks, no assholes. Number two, no politics, no religion.
That's good.
The prime minister skated with the Oilers a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, yep.
Since he skated with the
Oh,
Oilers,
I heard. Yes, they're
Connor goes down, Leo goes down, Hyman goes down,
yeah.
Stuart Skinner goes
Hyman's
down.
yeah. Look at
Your
this.
goalie
Hey?
goes down.
Yeah, you can't have that. He better be back.
Unbelievable, man. Ever
Yeah.
since that,
Which I did hear that the curse. Yeah, if it sticks
so
around
much.
now, it's
Oh,
gonna be the
I
curse, right?
yell.
Hate to say it, but
yeah, you get that
Hey?
piece of garbage out there, and he curses everybody with his negative energy and his bad life being, you know?
yeah.
And I'm not saying that because he's the prime minister. I'm saying any politician.
Yeah,
You know,
his bad juju.
politics, there's a reason we don't go around that area because it's always so greasy.
yeah.
But for that PM, screw you, man, for screwing the Oilers. Get the hell out of here. You see his wrist shot, too? I had a harder wrist shot than him. He come out and he's like pretending he could skate.
Can he
and
even
flip one
skate?
up. No, barely.
It's like Happy Gilmore out there.
This
Hey?
is getting too political.
You used to play ice hockey? Shut up.
I'm the only guy to ever take off his skate and try to kill somebody.
I got a record.
Oh, that's so good. So
Number
good. Hey,
2's coming out. Hey,
Dragon, how close are we to Happy Gilmore 2?
You
Is there a
guys-
release date yet?
got a countdown. I heard July 25th, I think, or something. 20 something, man, in July. It's
Okay.
gonna be awesome.
You pumped? Did you watch
Oh.
the preview?
No, I haven't
Trailer,
seen
sorry?
any
I
trailer
haven't either.
yet. No,
I was
no.
telling the boys. Everyone's telling me I got to watch it. And
I
just
don't
keep
even
saying I
almost
can't.
want to watch it.
It's exactly
You
how
know,
I feel.
just let it happen.
Exactly how I feel. And apparently it's being done correctly. It's not like a prequel or like a
Yeah,
spin-off or
yeah,
anything. It's like a
it's-
direct
Perfect.
part 2 type of thing.
Perfect.
Here's
I
hope.
did hear Drew Carey's filling in for Bob. I think that's what I heard. He's
Dragon,
filling
can you
in
confirm?
for what's his name? Bob Barker.
Ah,
I thought there's
Prince
like a
Rob,
cameo with instead of
That would-
Bob.
that
That's
would
what
make
I've
sense.
heard.
That
But
would
I
make
mean,
sense.
it would be all right. Just shout out to Bob, kind of. Little tribute to, Mr.
Well,
Parker.
Bob Barker was in the original. He gets knocked out by
He's
Happy
got to
Gilmore.
fight him.
Or no, he knocks out Happy
Happy,
Gilmore.
yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. The price is, what do they say? The
Oh.
price is right, bitch? Or something like that?
Yeah.
I'm done. And then it goes back. Now I'm done.
Yeah, I want
Dang,
the
that's
whole.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Drew Carey took over for Bob Barker on Price is Right. So it would make
I
sense to
think-
bridge that gap.
I think that's what I've heard. I mean, that's a rumor that I did hear originally, but
I would like that. Well,
We'll
it's,
see.
it's perfect. So what
We'll
about
see.
Chubbs? I'm
Chubbs.
I miss
yeah.
my Chubbs, man.
Yeah.
Chubbs. I was hoping, this is like the first time I think ever, I was hoping they would do the whole like Princess Leia type thing where put them in the movie post death.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that would be great, but
Yeah, because Chubbs, he passed away in real life too, right?
yeah, that's the thing.
Apollo Creed there.
So
Yeah.
you could bring him back in some way.
Yeah.
It would be
Yeah,
awesome.
That would
I'm
be.
very
That would
excited
be
for that
awesome.
movie.
Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, the amount of times I watched that movie. KFC, man, high school. We used to have that thing in the back room on repeat 24/7. It's like every lunch break. What do you want, Happy Gilmore?
I forgot.
That's all we got.
I forgot. Johnny Factoid worked at the most famous KFC in all of Canada.
Churchill.
One of the first ones ever.
Yeah.
And man,
Good time.
great times.
It
The
was-
stories that
oh,
came out of
man.
that place, man.
Yeah. There's a
Woo-wee.
good crew working there.
Great crew.
Eh?
Great crew. We also had a great crew over at Pizza Hut in town.
Oh yeah.
Lots of
Pizza
good
Hut,
people doing good things.
Family pizza. Oh,
Yeah.
that whole square was happening for
Yeah,
those
well,
years,
it's in
hey?
the- then Extra
High school.
Foods.
Yeah,
Berg,
Miller
we had all
and
we had all these
Berg. And,
connections with
oh
all
yeah,
these
man.
places. Man, there is a good run.
Everybody.
I think we can say this now because nobody works at these businesses anymore. We had a really good setup where we could get whatever we wanted at
Yeah.
any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, food wise, you go get pizza, you go shopping at the Extra Foods.
Yeah.
go to-
Late night,
go to
2
the
a.m. I
KFC,
need some
yeah.
milk. Hey.
Man, we were bad kids, bro.
Yeah.
But growing up in Saskatoon, that's what it's all about. Having fun.
Good times in that park.
Going out and getting in trouble. Dragon, you guys ever go out and get in trouble anymore?
Eh?
Into the
Guys
mic.
meet at the Churchill parking lot?
This guy
Huh?
always forgets. Yeah. Can you give us any examples? Well, no. Anything?
The old dang, hey? Knock knock ginger.
Ding dong ditching. That's what you go with? That's your trouble? So you've never pulled up in the Churchill parking lot, got sucker punched twice through your window of your Chevette, then walked into the back of the Family Pizza to wash your face off because you're
Bleeding.
profusely bleeding everywhere, and then walked out and saw Johnny's van out there and see a crew of 10 guys get out and then have a brawl, and then have a couple guys get put in the back of the cop car and then go into the cop car, open the door, busting them out, and then taking off?
That's awesome.
You never did that?
Hey? Ooh.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's you know what? That ain't nothing,
High
kid.
in a wall.
That ain't nothing. We'll give that to you.
You're the kids knocking off the toilet paper, huh? Off the shelves, huh? Playing baseball, football.
Run. I can see it.
Okay.
Let's get some Frankies going here. Let's get out of here. It's opening day. Has come. Well, not gone. You're going to have games all the way through the evening. Be sure to enjoy your baseball. Ooh, what a show.
It's a good show.
Funny fact.
Great show.
Whenever this guy, man, I'm talking serious. I want you more than once a week. Like you have no idea. You always sell yourself short. You're like me. We never like just put a spotlight on ourselves or talk about ourselves, but you were made for stuff like this. You were made to have conversations, and you're entertaining, and you're beautiful and I love it.
Thank
know
you.
that.
Same
Always
to
a
you,
pleasure when
buddy.
you come in here.
Pleasure to be on the show.
Hell yeah. We got Nat Jones was in the house again Thursday, April 3rd. Johnny and I might have a date going to that one, hopefully. And
Yes,
we'll
we
check
should
that out with our
definitely check it
friends,
out.
Free Hall and Bloom Entertainment. As well, CTV's Matt Young. Halfway through, we got another 2-part series. We're fixing a Nintendo 8-bit system controller.
Perfect.
And not only that, he told me this one was really bad. It's one we got, I bought off of Brooksy, our sweet, beautiful social media lady. Her husband, Brad, does all the buying and selling stuff. He's always flipping stuff.
Okay, yep.
Thrifting, I guess. it's
Yes, yes.
so he hooked us up with a Nintendo here and some controllers, and one of them was really beat up. So Matt Young is trying to fix it. He said, "This is one of the worst ones I've ever done." So the first part, we took it apart, gave it a wash, and when he's back next Thursday, we're going to do the second part of that series.
There you
Put it back
go.
together. So thank you
It
to
works.
him for that. To Dragon, thank you so much for being my sweet, beautiful prince and for letting me beat you a couple times in Smash Bros. Today. Very nice of you. Sorry, can't hear you. Is that? did you push the button?
Oh, yeah. I think it's kind of a
Oh, okay.
rubber match
Alright.
going on there, huh?
Have to
I
work
think it's
out.
pretty equal. Huh?
I hope so. And to baseball. Thank you to baseball. Finally returning again. Such an amazing sport. 161 games to go for the Jays. You got this.
There you
Shout out
go.
to jerseys.
Lots
We got
of time.
jerseys
Lots
going to the
of time.
Rhinos. So much awesomeness. Tomorrow it's going to be another edition of the Friday Fun Table. As Hardcore will be by Uncle Brando. Dragon, you coming in? Yeah, we'll have some Dragon action in there too, and so much more. Until then, I hope you have the best rest of your Thursday in the history of your life. Remember, karma, very, very real. You do good things, they will happen to you. This place is proof, I promise you, all right? Enjoy the rest of the baseball. Happy opening day!